She's a hot mess. I look like a hot mess, but it's okay. We're going from beast to beauty. Well, that's the aim. So I am doing just an everyday glam. No, I'm not doing everyday glam. I'm doing my everyday makeup look. I'm not going for glam. It's just a normal day of makeup because I'm not going anywhere. I just want to feel nice. The sun is shining. She's shining so bright that I had to pull the curtains because otherwise you won't be able to see me and my hot mess of a face right now. So I just went in with the Laura Mercier primer. So this is the hydrating primer. They have different, I have a hair. They have different types of primers. So they've got this one. I do have this other one that they do, which I wear on nights out. Help if I held it the right way, wouldn't it? So I wear this on nights out. So this is the illuminating version. So I have got both, but I prefer the hydrating one if I'm just like doing an everyday look, and then I prefer the illuminating one if I'm kind of going on a night out. After my primer, I go in with my foundation. So this is the NARS in shade Punjab, which is ironic because I'm not Punjabi, but I'm Indian. I think it just like is very reflective. Okay, cool. This, if you don't know about this, okay, let me put you onto this. This is shortbread tea, okay? It's from M&S. It is incredible, like actually incredible. It's so good, like honestly. Also, don't mind my hair. I have just randomly put it up. I just thought I need to get it out of my face while I do my makeup. But this tea, it's genuinely made my entire room smell like shortbread. I mean, I love it. I'm not complaining. It's so good. Let's put my foundation on. Since I've come back from holiday, I can't lie, this foundation is actually a little bit lighter than what I would like it to look like. But I don't have any other foundation at the moment. So we're going with this, and this is what it's going to be. It is a hot day today. I don't know what's happened with the English weather, but it's just popped. Like the sun has come out to play, and I think we're in luck. I actually think we're in luck. We're gonna have a hot summer, and I think that the UK is bringing it back. I think we're gonna bring it back, DJ. Do you know what I'm saying? Little tip for you here. When I do my makeup, I usually get like wrinkles in my smile lines because I smile a lot, okay? It's not a crime. But what I do is I just puff out my cheeks and I fill in the like line with foundation. So it's gonna look a bit weird, but just trust me on this, okay? Okay. Feel a bit odd doing it, but it always works. Like I do still get the lines, but they're just not as bad anymore as what they used to be. What are bad though are my bags. I have Chanel bags. So anyway, I go in with a light layer of foundation. I try not to put too much. I used to do that when I was younger to try and hide like all of my acne. My acne? Am I from the north? My acne, because I used to have a lot of acne, okay? It's definitely calmed down since. I used to use tretinoin and I stopped now, but my skin is so much better, I can't even tell you. Before I get super distracted, we're going in with brows. So this is my favourite brow pencil that I've run out of. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow definer, and I love it because it's got that like angled, not brush, what is it? Angled applicator. We're gonna go with applicator. I bought this at the airport. It is the, I don't actually know, oh, it's the Hourglass brand. Duh, it says it right there. Now I saw the applicator the same as the Anastasia one that I have here, but I picked up this round tiny one instead, which I'm really annoyed about because it keeps breaking on me. It really annoys me, quite frankly. So I go in with the brush first and I just brush my brows up, just because I can then actually see the shape of my brows, because otherwise I cannot see the shape of my brows. Brows are forever my Achilles heel, because the amount of times that I have gone to an eyebrow lady, am I alright? An eyebrow, oh my god, an eyebrow lady. Why does that sound weird all of a sudden? Eyebrow lady. The amount of times I've found an eyebrow lady, she's left me. She's left me. It reminds me of that, what's that sound from Ice Age? They left without me. They do this every year. I don't really sound right, do they? They do this every year. Sid the Sloth. So my, what's it called? Oh, there's a word for it. spirit animal. So the sloth is my spirit animal. Am I okay today? Animal. Along with Lilo from Lilo and Stitch, she's also my spirit animal. Shout out to Lilo. I get distracted. This happens a lot. Okay, so I can't, if I put this up too much, like if I put up the pencil too much, then it just snaps off, which is very annoying. I have to do this in my mirror over here because you're too far away. I can't look in the viewfinder to do this. I've got to look over here. Okay, so I've just outlined like the bottom of my brows and the top of my brows. I'm now gonna like start filling in this part, and I fill this in quite dark, and then I fill this in and just brush up with my brows, because that then allows it to be lighter, because I don't like super dark brows. I like it to go from light to dark. So I'm just gonna do that and then I'll be back again. Okay, so I've filled both in. I've not yet brushed across this to make it lighter, so I'm going to do that now. I'm going to do one and I'll do the other one in the camera so you can see. So that literally took me all of probably 20 seconds. So that's lighter. You can see that one's like slightly darker. So I'm gonna look at the viewfinder to do this, to hopefully this will work. I had to double check that in the mirror, but that is now how I like my brows. So I've kept it like super clean. I don't like too much going on my brows. I've just kept to the shape. I've outlined it, and then I've literally, all I took was the brush and then just brushed across the front bit, and I've left this kind of like dark on the edges, and that's it. And then I'm gonna set it with my clear brow gel, which is not clear anymore because I've used it so much. It's almost finished. This is from MAC. I did have one from somewhere else. I cannot remember for the life of me where it was from, but it was terrible and it was brown, and I found that clear is just so much better because my brows are already so dark. I don't need them any darker, but this just sets it perfectly and it just stays literally forever and ever. Oh, Mehna. That is my brows done. I don't need to touch them now. Before I start chatting away about what I want to chat about, I'll show you the concealer that I use. So I use the Natasha Denona concealer, which is the best concealer. I did so much research into finding which concealer I wanted. So I use a colour corrector, and then I just use a concealer that matches my shade, which I think, because I'm a bit darker now from the holiday, which is from Maldives. And if you haven't checked out my Maldives vlog, go and check it out because it was amazing. Okay, you will not regret it, I promise you. But that was such a fun holiday, and I tanned so much that I haven't tanned like that in ages. I think I do need a new colour of foundation and maybe concealers, I'm not sure, but for now we're just using what we have. So I just go in with the colour corrector first, and I go in with a tiny dab of the concealer under my eyes. Since having my Since having my eyelash extensions in, I find that makeup is just so much easier to do, and I do love it. I've had these in for 3 months. I've just had them refilled, is that the word? Twice. And I now won't get them again. I will just let them kind of naturally decompose. No, that's what bodies do when they die. It's not that, is it? What am I going to naturally let it do? I'm just going to naturally let it fall out, basically. And I do have this, which is from Amazon, which my my lash lady actually told me to get, and she said it just like helps remove it. I've used that before, it's great. I will use that again when my lashes get a little bit more sparse. I had to look in the mirror because I can't actually see properly, and I realised that I look, see what I mean? It's so much whiter. Okay, we're gonna look fine. You will see by the end of it, okay? Not me trying to convince you, me trying to convince myself. So I go in with this concealer a little bit everywhere. I just find it works a little bit better than foundation. I might be doing it wrong, like the makeup artists out there might be like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like the blind leading the blind. Back to what I was saying about the lashes. Lashes just make life easier. I feel like they make me feel a bit more put together because I have the straightest lashes on earth, like I genuinely do. Mascara doesn't work. Even when I use the curling thingy tool, it does not, lash curler, that's what it's called, it does not last. It lasts for about 2 seconds and they drop because they're really heavy and they're really straight and they're really long, which is great, and I love that, but it just means that nothing apart from lash extensions works. I have done, what's it called? Not lash extension, lash, you know, when it curls your lashes. Siri, what's it called when you can get a lash treatment done? So silly. She says she doesn't know, she can't help. It's rude. lash lift, that is what it's called. Lash lifts do work on me, but not for very long. They don't last as long as the average person. I either get that or have to live with straight lashes, but which I don't mind, but I just feel like I don't look as good, if I'm being honest, okay? None of us are perfect. Right, I'm going in with the lighter colour now. So I've just gone in with the lighter concealer in the corners of my eyes and the edges of my eyes, just to get that little bit of lightness. Because this is already a lot lighter than I would say my face is now because of the tan from Maldives, I'm not going to set it with the light colour that I usually do. I'll show you what I use in a minute. One thing I will say as well is, just because you do concealer doesn't mean that it's going to get rid of your bags if you've got bags under your eyes. I always used to think it's a magic potion that will get rid of your bags under your eyes, but it's not. It just helps with it. It doesn't get rid of it. I used to feel super self-conscious about having bags under my eyes, but after I realised that I had it, I obviously was noticing it more in other people, and I never really noticed it before. So I think a lot of things that you might feel insecure about, other people a lot of the time won't even notice it, and it probably doesn't even bother them as much as it bothers you. I think it will always bother you more than it will bother other people. It's all about how you feel, and if you kind of come round and accept yourself for who you are, flaws and all, I think it makes you a better person, makes you feel better about yourself as well. But we all have something that we don't like about ourselves or would love to improve, but at the end of the day, we're human. We're not things that AI create, because I think so many people edit their pictures now. By the way, this was the Charlotte Tilbury contour one, medium deep, and I've just put that around my nose and under my cheekbones and on top of my forehead. And I haven't put any here, but I am going to brush underneath here. Just, it has the remnants of the product on the brush, just to kind of like snatch my jawline, even though I've got quite a snatched jawline, I like to think. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that no one else is you, and that is, they say that's your superpower. Okay, so I discovered this blush fairly recently. I actually talked about it in my Verona vlog, and I actually really like the light pink colour on me. I never really used to do light pink. This is the colour that I had always really done. It is the Pixie blush in, what shade is it in? Ruby. I actually tried to get my hands on the peach one, but it was never available. So I kind of just stuck with this one. When I tried this Huda blush in shade Ube, I was like, this is the perfect shade for my skin colour. If you have skin colour like me, which I have yellow undertones, brown skin, this shade, you need to try it, okay? You need to try it, I'm telling you. Wait till you see my baking powder. Wait till you see it. Because if you don't know, I'm going to help you get to know, don't you worry. Okay, so this, I will die on the hill for this product, quite literally. So this is the Easy Bake Powder in the shade Ube Birthday Cake by Huda Beauty. I absolutely love this shade. The reason that I love this shade is because I have yellow undertones. Now, when I saw people using this, I thought, there were a lot of brown skinned girlies using this product. I try not to use too much. I have to use my concentration game for this, okay? Because if I use too much, I go bright pink, okay? We don't want too much of this. We just want a good amount. It's so blurring. I love it. I absolutely love it. So yeah, basically it is good for us yellow undertoned girlies. It kind of cancels that out, because on the colour wheel you've got purple that cancels out yellow. Wait, what? Yeah, purple cancels out yellow. There we go. Purple cancels out yellow on the colour wheel. Hence why this is obviously like a lilac-y colour. I've just gone in with a tiny bit of that. If I'm going out and I want to go a little bit more glam, I do tend to bake that on, but I've literally just patted it into my skin using this little Beaut puff. I didn't realise that was all over my lips. Thanks for telling me. That's why you're my bestie. I'm also going to take a little bit and just dab it around here. This is just what's remaining on the puff. I haven't put any extra. And what I do like to do sometimes, not all the time, before I use my Charlotte Tilbury setting powder, is just to use this. So I have a beauty mark here, but I like to just accentuate it, okay? We're all about accentuating our best features. You don't have to do that. You can make one up if you haven't got one. You can add a beauty mark, whatever you feel like doing, you do that. But I'm just gonna add a little dot where mine usually is. Okay, we've added that dot onto my skin. I am not going to do any highlighter because, like I said, it's just everyday makeup. I'm not trying to go crazy. What I will do is brush my eyelashes, because who wants, you know, gaudy eyelashes? Not me. What? Why does that remind me of a cartoon? What cartoon character is named Gordy? No, it's Gordy from Lizzie McGuire. That's what I'm thinking of. What a throwback that is. I need to obviously do my hair, and then we're kind of done. So I just literally have this Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder, and I don't even know what shade it's in now because it's all scrubbed off. Like, I actually have no idea. If I wanted a new one, I would have to go to the Charlotte Tilbury shop and get them to colour match what I already have, because I have no idea what it is. Again, we're going to puff out the cheeks and just fill the powder into these smile lines of ours. Of ours. Who do I think I am? Of mine. And you do it of yours. Okay, here, let me help you. I am so hungry. It is literally a few days before Auntie Flo visits, if you know what I mean. If you know, you know, girls. I'm just going to scrub off the foundation on my lips because we're not in 2010 and I'm not 15 years old trying to get foundation lips. I never really was into that phase anyway, I can't lie to you. I was just never really that great at my makeup at that age. So this is the Dior lip balm. I got this for Christmas actually, Dwayne got it for me. It is in shade 1 pink, and it's literally, it actually I don't know what it's called, but it changes to the pigment of my lips, which I really like. So I've just whack that on. I need to set my makeup. I use this all-nighter Urban Decay setting spray. My friend put me onto this and it is my absolute favourite thing now because it genuinely keeps my makeup there for ages. So we're just going to spray this. If you don't fan it, you ain't doing it right, okay? Yeah, as I was saying, TOM, it's the time of the month. Well, no, it's not now, it's like approaching. And I'm so hungry. I have one of two things. I either get super hungry or I just have no appetite. This time around, I'm super hungry and I just want all the sweet things. I'm just gonna do my hair quickly. I don't know where my brush is. I wish I could talk to my items so I knew where they were. I would slick this back usually, but I'm not really feeling like slick back hair right now, just because I'm not really going anywhere. I just want to feel nice, and I'm just gonna slick it back using my brush, but not using any products. I'm just gonna take this brush again and just go over any bumps. I've just secured it with 2 hairbands rather than 1 because I've got short hair. Short hair don't care. Because I've got short hair, it doesn't always stay. So what I'm going to do is I've got a clip. It's just a random clip that I've grabbed. Nothing fancy. And I'm just going to clip it up at the back. So I'm just going to clip it up like this. It looks very Lindsay Lohan coded in the movies where she was younger, but actually I really like it. It didn't actually take me too long. It takes me about 15 to 20 minutes to do this all together. Obviously, if I chatted less, it would take less time. But it's just simple. I don't like to cake on makeup, and to be honest, I feel like in the sunshine you see a lot more of your pores. Some people have larger pores than others, and sometimes products don't hide that. So when I'm in the sunshine, you do see my pores, and it's just one of those things. I tend not to put too much makeup on because of that reason. Simple is best for me. I like to stick to it, and I feel like we look okay. I feel like we did quite well. I'm more than happy to make more of these. I'm more than happy to make a different style of Get Ready With Me if you want to see a different look, if you want to see a little something, something, you know, if you want to see the sauce, then let the saucer know. Okay, let me know if you enjoyed it, and if you do, please do subscribe and give this video a thumbs up because it just helps so much. Turn the notification bell on to see the next one. And we are going to finish this video off with a positive affirmation, and today's positive affirmation is everything always works out in my favour. So keep telling yourself that, keep being great, keep shining. I love you all so much. See you in the next one.